Hello, everybody, wherever you may be. Welcome to the North America Radio Guide. My name is Larry. Kilo 7 Hotel November is my call sign. It's an honor and a pleasure to bring you a pretty cool video tonight. I hope you'll like it. We're going to work QRP from different angles. We're going to check different SDRs from around the United States to see how well we do. Now, to make it real challenging, okay, we're going to be using 7 watts. That's QRP. So we're going to first start out. The first Web SDR we're going to use here is going to be San Francisco, California. This is the closest SDR I have to me, that I can use. So let's turn this one up and we'll listen in, okay? Equipment testing. This is
Hotel November.
All right. That's at 7 watts. Seven watts in San Francisco, California. We'll do one more time. 7 watts. This is off of an AV 680 HyGain vertical antenna.
Testing, this is Kilo 7 Hotel November.
All right, so there is from San Francisco. So that's about 550 miles south of me, all right? Now, we're going to switch over from here. We're going to go east of me about the same distance, about 600 miles. We're going to go to Utah. This is in northern Utah. Let's hear the same 7-watt signal and see if we can make it this far. Right now, we're not hearing anything. Nothing there in Utah. Okay, so we're going to try another one that's in Utah. See if we can hear ourselves here.
Equipment testing, this is Kilo 7 Hotel November.
All right, there we go. 7 watts, 600 miles over land. Now, that's important. Remember, when you go over salt water, you have a conductor in the salt water, right? Salt water, the signal skips better. But when you go over land, it's more challenging. Again, keep in mind, we're not doing this with high power. We're at 7 watts. So that's North Utah. Let's turn this one down. We're now going to go a little farther out. Let's try East Texas. Okay, so right about here, we're not getting out. Right about this area here, and I did make a mistake here. I want to apologize to you folks. This is Washington, D.C. This is not Texas. So on the East Coast, 7 watts right now isn't working. Doesn't mean it won't. It just means under these conditions, it won't. Okay? Washington, D.C., no signal. All right? Now, let's go here into Maui again. We did this last night. Let's take a listen in Maui and see what we come up with here in Maui and find out, is it working that far with only 7 watts? Now, that's 2,600 miles away. But see the difference, again, it's over salt water. Salt water, a great conductor. It will, of course, help your signal to go farther. But keep in mind, still, we're talking QRP. When you're on SSB, officially, if you're working contests, 7 watts, anything under 10 is considered QRP for single sideband. Let's try it again. Equipment testing, this is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. All right, so we're going to go 7. Let's see if we can make a CQ call. And I'm good with trying. let's try this. If we'll go to the closest one, just for fun. Let's go to the closest one for fun. We'll shut off the one in Maui. And we will head to the one that's in San Francisco. It's closer. We do get some saltwater bounce because I'm in Western Oregon. It will propagate over the ocean and be picked up by that SDR as well.
Is this frequency available? This is Hotel November QRP.
I'm hearing somebody on this thing, and they're close enough on this one that I don't want to mess with it. It's too close. If you're running close to somebody, even if you've been there, it's not worth arguing. It just is never. It's an argument that just isn't worth having. I just nope, not even worth it. So let's try and move just a little bit. We're gonna go to 7183. We'll take a listen here. Okay. Ooh, that's awful. Holy moly, that's terrible. All right. There we go. I think I found a good open spot. So we're going to be at 7193 out of San Francisco. I'll change the VFO on my end. I'm going to retune, make sure that we're good. Hey, 7 watts, right? You want to make sure you're going to be, found at 7. Come on. So let's see about this here. Is this frequency available, please? This is Kilo 7 Hotel November QRP. Turn the attenuator off here. See a little bit better with that. Roll off the noise reduction. It's a little too quiet for me. Checking frequency availability. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November QRP. Turn up the SDR for you. Hear it better. I can hear my rig out of my right ear, so we'll work that way. All right, let's see about making a CQ call or two at 7 watts. Let's see how far we can get.
Calling QRP. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Calling a CQ using QRP. And listening. Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. Here is Kilowatt Oscar 6 Yankee Oscar. Do you copy?
I sure do. Wow. 5-9 plus 5 into Oregon. Nice signal. My name is Larry. That's Lima Alpha Romeo Yankee. My QTH is Independence Romeo.
Okay, Ray. I have a copy on your last transmission. There was a little QRM that gave you some competition there. My name is Dennis, and I'm in Los Angeles, California. How many watts are you running, Ray? And what is your antenna
about
situation
900 miles
like?
away. Dennis, thank you for coming back to me. I do appreciate that. I'm running 7 watts out of a Yaesu FTDX 101 mic pop-up.
Hotel Kilowatt.
I hear the guys jumping
on me here.
So I'm running off of HyGain AV 680 vertical, 7 watts, Yaesu FTDX 101.
Okay, Ray. Yeah, I copied 7 watts, and then somebody stepped on you. So hold on 1 second. Let me just monitor and see if there's a better frequency.
Sounds good, Dennis.
Sounds good, Dennis. Thank you.
Nice thing about hams is they'll work with you. I like that. That's one thing that is always pretty cool. But think about that. That's 7 watts, 1,000 miles. Not bad.
Okay, it seems to be quiet now. Let's continue. So that was 7 watts, and you were running a Yaesu, but that's about what I got.
Let's go down to 5.
Roger that, Dennis. I'm going to go down to 5 watts now.
I'm at
True QRP for this rig.
Can you still
copy?
Oh, yeah. So this is cool. Your signal just went up, and you're easy copy right now.
Wow, what's the signal report there?
Yeah, so you were, let's say 5x4, 54, and I have a really stingy S meter. It's not very generous.
Well, Dennis, you're coming in here at a 5.9, peaking at plus 5. I'm running a YouTube video right now live. I'll have you on it if that's all right. And I'd like to go ahead and send you a copy of it to your QRZ email if that's all right.
Okay, that would be excellent, Ray. No problem with that. And it's wonderful to make a contact with somebody running QRP. Did you tell me what antenna you're running?
Roger that, Dennis. I'm actually running a HyGain AV 680 vertical at 33 feet.
Okay, so that vertical is really working well for you. Do you have any radials on that vertical?
Great question. No, it actually uses a counterpoise system that essentially just hangs off of the bottom of the antenna towards the ground. Yeah, Dennis, Kilo Oscar 6, Yankee Oscar, Kilo 7 Hotel November. I'm running on that AV 680 vertical. It essentially has some counterpoise wires. They're just basically some rods that hang out the bottom of it towards the ground at about a 45-degree angle. They hang out roughly 4 feet or so on each counterpoise.
Transmission, your signal got even a little louder there. You're now, easily 4x5, maybe 5x5 into the county of Los Angeles. So that's a pretty nice haul for 5 watts, wouldn't you say?
You know, I'm blessed. I feel very good about that. I'm very grateful you've got a good enough rig to listen to me on. Dennis, what are you running for equipment there? Over?
I'm just running an older Yaesu FT1000 Delta, FT1000, into a horizontal dipole. The horizontal dipole is being fed by a smart tuner made by a company called SCG. It's an SCG 230 smart tuner. And the antenna itself is probably 60 feet away from the shack here, and I'm just running the Yaesu bare bones, although it is able to produce 200 watts. So there's the difference between 200 watts and 5 watts, but I really love the idea that on 5 watts that we can be talking, a good 1,000 miles apart.
Yeah, it's pretty special. No question about that, my friend. I'm enjoying this very, very much myself as well. To be quite honest, Dennis, you're my very first QRP contact. I did a QRP series last night on my YouTube channel, and you are my first contact. What a joy it is to speak with you, and I do really mean that. To get almost 1,000 miles at 5 watts, to me, is just fantastic. It's a lot of fun. So I do know the 1000 very well. That's a great rig. I love the fact that you can really open up the transmit band, and if you want to run SSB with it, that's a great rig, man. That's a super rig to run, SSB with. Over.
Yeah, it's an old timer. It has an analog power power supply. It weighs about 80 pounds, and all the mouths are machined aluminum, and the faceplate has a piece of glass, not plastic. And it's old school, but I bought it secondhand, and it's worked for many, many years without any problems. I live in a canyon down here in Los Angeles County called Kegel Canyon, Kagel, Kegel, and kind of like the mussel, spelled a little differently. And there are lots of oak trees around my property. I really can't put up a beam antenna, so I have to rely on just wires that are thrown up in the oak trees. So the antenna that I'm working you on really isn't favoring your direction, but it does work quite well for north-south propagation. Have you been bothered by any fires in your area, Ray?
Turn down the volume here. No, Dennis, no, not yet. Thankfully, no fires. I'd like to ask you a favor, if you wouldn't mind. I do have a second antenna that I'd like to try out here. It's a modified G5RV. I've had great luck with it, worked a long ways with it with, higher power. I'd like to see if you can hear me with that antenna. Can we try that one? Would that be okay with you?
Hey, Ray, as long as conditions last, you have my full undivided attention. This is as much fun for me as it is for you. Absolutely a lot of fun.
Okay.
I will tell you, on your last transmission, though, your signal dropped considerably. So keep that in mind, and go ahead and switch over to your G5RV, and we'll see how that works.
I think it might be okay. Let's see. Let's see how this works. We're all having fun. Let's see. Kilo Oscar 6, Yankee Oscar. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November, now on a ZS6BKW Dipole antenna. Can you copy me over?
Yes, I can, Ray. You're about as strong as you were at your last transmission. Why don't you go ahead and give me another transmission back, maybe even a 10 count, and then switch back to your vertical, if you would, please.
Roger that, Dennis. All right. I'll be sure and do that. All right. So we got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now switching over to the vertical, my friend. Got a tune, and we'll do the same thing again, because what he's asking essentially to do is he's looking for a really good signal report. So let's give him that. All right, now on the AV680 HyGain vertical, same 10 count, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and this is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Back to you.
Okay, Ray, hey, listen, I just started recording, and I got your vertical on your last transmission. Give me another 10 count on the G5RV, please.
Okay, my friend, let me switch over. I'll tune back up. I'll be right back. I'll give you another 10 count, all right?
Great.
All right, so switch back over and we'll tune it back up. Again, keep in mind, folks, this is at only 5 watts. Now, this is the lowest that the 101 MP will go. And to use a 101 MP at 5 watts sounds silly, but QRP is a lot of fun. Here we go. Okay, Dennis, back on the ZS6BKW modified G5RV. I had to think for a second. My mind just went blank. Sorry, my friend. All right, 10 count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. Back to you, Dennis.
Okay, Ray. Yeah, the band is moving up and down a little bit. Go back to the vertical once more. I'm still recording on my side. It almost sounds like they're neck and neck. Maybe we're favoring the G5RV. But let's go back
That's
to the
interesting.
vertical.
Now, typically you get better gain with a vertical because you have a lower takeoff angle, so we'll try it. Roger that, Dennis. Okay, back on to the vertical at this point. So now we'll go with that 10 count one more time for you, brother. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 at 5 watts. This is Kilo 7, Hotel November. Back to you, Dennis.
Okay, Ray. Yeah, you know what? They're really comparable to each other. When I send you the sound file, you'll hear what I mean. They're very close to each other. I'm hard pressed to tell you because the conditions are fading in and out a little, so your signal's not consistent. It's hard to tell exactly which one is preferred. But of course, I'm guessing that the vertical is a lot more portable of an antenna for you. Is that correct?
No, no, not at all. Actually, the ZS6BKW, if you were saying you run wire antennas, I got to tell you, Dennis, I can't recommend that antenna enough. I've worked from the Canary Islands on that thing all the way into New Zealand and South Australia with it, with 100 watts. It's a fantastic antenna. Take a look online at it. That's what I did before I bought it. I didn't want necessarily a G5RV, so I looked for this, and the computer modeling was fantastic on it. So, I personally thought it was just a really good antenna, and I've got it up at 48 feet in an inverted V position. So it's actually broadside east-west, but for whatever reason, typically you're going to get omnidirectional. I get a lot of work into Southern California with it, honestly. So Kilo Oscar 6, Yankee Oscar, Kilo 7, Hotel November at 5 watts. Back to you, brother.
Okay, hey, let's do another experiment. I happen to have another wire antenna for 40 meters. It's connected to an ICOM 706 with 100 watts. It'll take me a minute to set that up and get dialed in. If you would please, why don't you switch back to your G5RV? I'm thinking that perhaps there's more fading with the vertical, but if you talk more on the G5RV, we'll be able to maybe see if there is a difference. Okay?
Okay, roger that, my friend. Well, I'm back on the ZS6BKW right now, tuned up, and I'm basically just working straight from here. So, yeah, this is a 101 MP going to a ZS6BKW, Dennis, at 48 feet. What I did, and it looks silly, my neighbors hate it, but I like it. To me, it's cool. It's off of an MFJ 1904 HD extendable mast. So it goes up 24 feet. But see, the 24-foot starting point is the top of my roof peak. That's how I did it. So then I went to some PVC at the edges of my roof, right at the ends, and I made the antenna come back in towards the center. So it kind of looks like a giant sail. But it works. Man, I'm telling you, that antenna just really works. So I hope I've given you enough audio here to make a good comparison, okay? Kilo Oscar 6, Yankee Oscar, Kilo 7, Hotel November. Back to you, Dennis, in Southern California.
Okay, Ray. Well, thank you very much for that. There was enough time for me to check out the other radio with the other antenna. It's not working nearly as well, so we'll stick with this.
What a good guy.
For right now.
I love this guy.
What do you do with your life when you're not playing radio?
Oh boy. Well, honestly, Dennis, I'm disabled. I'm permanently disabled. I have a brother who's mentally disabled who is fighting stage 4 cancer, and I take care of him, and he is so special to me. He's been fighting for his life now for about 9 years. So, in fact, we have a PET scan tomorrow to see how well the chemo's doing for him. So, I do that, and I love to do radio. Love to share what I've learned for 47 years of DXing on YouTube, and have another YouTube channel that I use to encourage folks and, spread a little love with. So that's kind of what I do for fun. I'm a former radio air talent, have a lot of fun with that. In fact, a good old friend of mine that I used to work for, used to be my boss, is the morning guy over there at K-Earth 101 down in LA. Over.
Okay, hey Ray, I got just a little bit of your last transmission. Sorry to tell you that conditions are fading a little here. I did catch that either you or a friend are disabled, and that maybe you are a caregiver.
There you go.
I'm not too sure. And maybe since you are recording for YouTube, I apologize if I brought up something that was personal in nature.
Oh gosh, no.
Would you like to please switch back to the vertical? Let's see if I can hear you better.
He's having more fun with this than I am. That's really cool. No problem, Dennis. Yeah, I just did that when you said you had some fade. So I thought, well, let's try the vertical. So Kilo Oscar 6, Yankee Oscar, Kilo 7, Hotel November. Back to you. Yeah, I'm just, I take care of a brother who's sick with cancer. He's the bravest guy I've ever known. And I just dig radio, man. I've done it my whole life. Was in radio a long time. In fact, my former program director is the morning guy down there at K-Earth 101. Over. I don't know if Dennis is hearing us.
Okay, yeah. I'll be very happy to send you the audio file of this QSO, so you'll be able to hear what you sound on this side.
That's great. Love it. Dennis, I would be thrilled. Pleased as punch with that. I love that. I'll make sure and send you a copy of the YouTube video once I get it taken care of from my production software, and I'll get that into your email from QRZ. Is that all right?
Yeah, you're back in the noise. I'm sorry, Ray, but are you good in QRZ?
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
I am good on QRZ.
Okay, yeah, cool. It's been really a blast talking with you.
I've enjoyed this.
I love radio when it is like this. Radio should be all about presentation and just, seeing how it all works. Ray, I'm 67. Yeah, 67 years old.
That's
and
great.
I've played with electronics ever since I was in grade school. And all my life, I've not gotten old by the whole charm of how radio works.
This guy sounds like me.
I can actually set up electromagnetic waves that influences electrons in a piece of wire.
Try and narrow it down a little bit.
Where you are, and that you're able to actually amplify and tune that modulation and hear what I'm saying. It's just still fantastic. And when you think that you can do that with just 5 watts of power, it's just absolutely fascinating, and it's really very, very cool. Let's see. I'm looking for where I wrote your call sign. Kilo 7 Hotel November, Ray. Kilowatt Oscar 6 Yankee Oscar.
Oh, right on, Dennis. You're making me smile on my end. Thank you, my friend. It's always good to have fun. I enjoy Hammer. You sound like we could be brothers. You really do, because I love radio so much the same way. And that's why I'm doing the YouTube videos, to share my experience with folks and the fun and the joy of what ham radio really is. So I'll make sure and send the YouTube video to your QRZ email. And I just want to thank you for one of the best QSOs I have ever had. And I mean that, Dennis. My name is Larry Lima Alpha, Romeo Yankee. My QTH is Independence, Oregon. It's about 65 miles southwest of Portland, and it has truly been my pleasure. I'll give you a final. I'll wait for yours. Kilo Oscar 6, Yankee Oscar. This is Kilowatt 7, Hotel November. God bless you, brother. Thank you for the best QSO ever. See ya.
Hey Ray, you've got me smiling from ear to ear. The pleasure was all mine. No, this is what radio is about, and I've not had this much fun in a while. This truly is a fantastic QSO. Really, really great. The Kilowatt 7 Hotel November at KO6YO. I feel like I just met a friend here, and Ray, looking forward to corresponding with you, and we'll try again. Try some QRP down the road. KO6YO, 73, my friend.
Yeah, 73 to you too, Dennis, and thank you again. By the way, one thing that is going to probably fascinate you, and I'll give this information to you real quick. I forgot to tell you. Go on to the web and hit Maui SDR. Just the words Maui and SDR. There's a radio club there, some folks who have an SDR set up there on the island of Maui. And this signal right now is being heard on the island of Maui at 5 watts.
Okay, that is so cool. That is so cool. I'll definitely do that. Take care, Ray. Have yourself a great evening. We'll talk later. Bye-bye, my friend.
All right, my friend. Thank you as well. I appreciate it. This pleasure has been all mine. We'll send you that YouTube video. Kilo Oscar 6, Yankee Oscar, Kilo 7, Hotel November, QRZ. Anybody else still on frequency here? See, that's the thing. You're not going to get many people hearing because it's just a short signal. Let's try it one more time. Anybody else still on frequency? This is Kilowatt 7, Hotel November. That's Kilo 7, Hotel November, running QRP. This is a QRP CQ call from Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, QRP. Oh, there's something now. Hold on. I'm going to turn this off. This is Maui. I don't know if someone's calling me back here in the California one. Was there a station that just came back? I'm so sorry if I missed you. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, QRP, calling CQ. All right. Thank you very much for your time. Kilo 7 Hotel November. We are QRT. Thank you and good night, everybody. All right, so there you go. That is it. That's the Yaesu 101 MP running 5 watts. Just 5 watts into both a ZS6BKW Dipole as well as a HyGain AV 680 vertical. That's a 9-band multiband antenna. The ZS6BKW will run 6 meters all the way to 40. It won't run 80. See, that's where the split is between the G5RV and the ZS6BKW. The ZS6BKW will run 6 pretty well, and it does 40 really well, as you could see, 20 really well, but because the legs are only 93 long, it can't get 80. So there you go. But the HyGain AV 680 vertical, fantastic. Just a fantastic antenna. So there you go. QRP, 5 watts, almost 1,000 miles to Los Angeles, California. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you again on a future video. Until then, thank you for watching the North America Radio Guide. My name's Larry, Kilo 7 Hotel November. It's been my honor and pleasure. God bless you, and goodbye, everybody.